jusqu'à 500 000.
Voilà, tout coûte 250 000. Et après le Cap Horn.
De 100 000 avant le Cap Horn. Ouais.
Et on n'a pas vu la Terre depuis 6 semaines.
On n'a pas vu la Terre depuis 6 semaines, ouais.
C'est ça, hein? Ouais.
Bernard and Jean have done a great race so far, and I congratulate them for getting around Cape Horn in first place. But there's still a long way to go, and 1,000 miles can disappear very quickly. So, I think the race for first is still very much there. But they've done a great job so far, and I wish them all the best of luck for the future. The Atlantic can be quite stable once you get past Rio. So the job is to get past Rio de Janeiro, and then from there, it should be quite a stable situation until they get to the Mediterranean. So I think for Neutrogena to catch Cheminée Pujolar, then Pujolar needs to have a problem. 1,000 miles is a long way in this kind of race. Well, there's a real fight, I think, for second place with Gaius and with Neutrogena. And the competition between them is going to be very close, I think, until the finish. So I think Neutrogena, the boat, is a little quicker. It's a little more developed than Gaius. But even so, the distance between them is very close. Guillermo and Jose have done a fantastic job so far. It was great fun to be fighting with them until we lost our mast. Guillermo's a very good friend of mine and somebody I like to sail with. So of course, my fingers are crossed, and I hope for them to win. Well, obviously I regret the mast falling down for sure. We're still investigating why it fell down. What is very clear is the furler. The furling drum failed. We're doing the analysis as we speak so that we can fully understand what happened. I have the same feelings today as I did when the day it fell down, and when it broke, I was there. I saw it fall down, so that is in my mind, and I won't ever forget that. So still very disappointed. I'm very angry that it happened. Well, the new boat is in construction at Green Marine in England, and we plan to launch in the summer. And so for me, my energy now is focusing on the final details of this boat. And the races that we'll do this year are the Fastnet race, we hope. Maybe we're ready, maybe we're not. The Transat Jacques Vabre and the B2B. So they're three important races. And at the moment, my preference, the person I probably will sail with, is Guillermo.
So today's animation showing Cheminée Pujolar just making good progress after their Cape Horn rounding up now past the Falkland Islands. There was a moment when it looked like they may go east. In the end they went west. They have good northwesterly breezes and really excellent conditions for going fast. Then Neutrogena and Gaius approaching the a little bit lighter breezes to their south, but they will accelerate today. High pressure also affecting We Are Water and One Planet One Ocean. They're a little bit upwind just now, as indeed are Renault Captur. Renault Captur looking to catch up with One Planet One Ocean. And in a little bit more detail then, just looking at the wind field up to windward, up to the northwest for Cheminée Pujolar, looking good, and that high pressure you can just see just to the northeast of Gaius Centros Auditivos and Neutrogena. And the standings this 26th of February, that is Thursday, 9 o'clock this morning, Cheminée Pujolar, a proper express train heading northeast in the South Atlantic. past the Falklands, making 19.1 knots this morning, and now added another 100 miles effectively to their cushion on Neutrogena. Neutrogena in turn about 100 miles ahead of Gaius Centros Auditivos. Neutrogena making 13.9 knots, Gaius in lighter airs just now 9.8 knots, and then that duo who are really affected by the high pressure system round about them just now, they should escape, but We Are Water making 7.2 knots, One Planet One Ocean Pharmaton making 4.7, and Renault Captura also upwind with the prospect of attack. They are making 5.1 knots. Keel bolts being replaced today on Spirit of Hungary in Bluff, but progress being made there.
Sure, we hope. I mean, we are now 500 or 600 miles behind, which is not that good, but we hope we can close the gap a little bit before Cape Horn. So we'll see what happens with this low pressure system we are dealing with right now. Probably they have less winds than we have, but we have upwind conditions, which is not really super as well. No, but sure, I mean, that's our whole motivation in this race now. We're gaining our 4th place. We do everything for, and we are racing the other boats. I mean, like we would race for victory. So for us, coming 4th is like coming first now. So after our pit stop. I mean, 1st place is taken anyway by my old boat. So nothing we can do. No. We are pretty motivated to continue racing hard. Sure. Well, I mean, any distance is nearer than now, but I think if we are 100, 150 miles behind at Cape Horn, everything is possible. But we hope to close the gap before, so about 100 to 150 miles behind them at Cape Horn, that leaves a lot of opportunity for technical options, and I think in some conditions our boat is faster than One Planet One Ocean for sure, because it's newer. And the rest we will see. So after Cape of Good Hope, we reduced 500 miles on Gaius. So why shouldn't we come back now? So at the moment we are not too worried, but it's sure for sure it's depending a little bit on the weather systems. If we're deconnected by a weather system, it will be much more complicated. But for now we are positive. We keep racing, we are in a good mood, and we hope to reduce this as possible.
So Renault Captur, your creatures really confirming today that they're so incredibly motivated to close the delta down on the 2 boats in front. In particular, he's anticipating a 3-boat race in the Atlantic, as would be great to see. At the moment, he said they're 500 or 600 miles behind, but they do hope they can close the gap a little bit by Cape Horn. They're really waiting to see what happens with the low pressure system they're dealing with at the moment. But he makes the point that they caught 500 miles up on Gaius in the south, and there isn't any reason he feels why they can't do that again between now and the finish of the race. He said possibly 100 to 150 miles at Cape Horn behind. That would be acceptable. That would give them some kind of platform to climb from as they go up the Atlantic. And we also spoke with Alish Gelabert on One Planet, One Ocean and Pharmaton. Really, once again, just talking about how much he enjoys the race. They're so motivated by simply being out there. They have fairly light to moderate and very gentle conditions really at the moment, very unsettled, variable winds at the moment, but they should be able to escape out of that progressively. They're just stuck in the middle of the calm. He said the low pressure will come to them, and by this evening they should be making much, much better progress. But really, all in all, just enjoying being out there.
We're enjoying a lot. I think we don't have a special secret. The only secret is that we are very pleased to be here, and we are very happy sailing in these conditions with Imoca and in the south. So we are very happy. This is the only thing. Well, we cannot do a lot now because we are in the middle of a calm, and it's because this low pressure is coming to us. So now we are waiting that this low pressure is just giving us the first easterly winds. So we will be upwind for a few hours, and then the wind will go to the back, and we will be sailing downwind again. So we will wait for the low pressure. I think it's not a very strong low pressure, so we'll be fine. Well, catch weir water will be really difficult because the last days we put a little bit of the miles with them because we had better conditions, but our two boats are different. Their boat should be faster with the same conditions, so it will be really difficult to catch them, and then if we catch them, to maintain the distance and be with them. No, this will be really difficult. We will put our effort to do it, but it will be really difficult. Well, we usually do a 3 hours watches, so we rest for 3 hours, and then we are 3 hours on watch, and this is what we usually do. And then while we are in the rest, well, we obviously we sleep, but also we eat, we download the forecast, we do other things. We also do things about our scientific projects. So we do more or less like this.
So the situation for the top three today, well, Chamonix Pujala extending their distance on Neutrogena just now, making really good speeds. They have northwesterly airstream. High pressure was to the northwest of them as they approached the Falklands yesterday, but that opened up for them, and now they have 25 to 30 knots today, possibly up to 40 knots of northwesterly later on this afternoon. They're really just not quite fast enough to keep up with the northwesterly airstream all the way up, so it will move into the southwest, but very fast conditions, and continuing like that all the way through probably until the 1st of March, so after the weekend. Really good progress for Chamonix Pujala. Gaius and Neutrogena, high pressure is now north of them. They have northwesterly breezes coming, 15 to 20 knots for Gaius, and expected 10 to 15 for Neutrogena just now. The wind shift is moving to the north, and they'll get 20 to 25 knots, and so things will improve progressively for them. Neutrogena should be able to open out their distance again on Gaius. Gaius have been catching very slightly. So that's the situation with the top three. The possibility of Renault Captur catching miles is significant once they both get clear of this high pressure system. And these deltas look quite big in the south, but they can change significantly.
Good morning, everybody. Today we are the 26th of February, and Chamonix Pujala, the leader of the fleet, is now sailing in the Atlantic. He is just north of this high pressure located south of the Malvinas Island. Now he has northwesterly winds around 30 knots, and behind him the wind is blowing south-southwest for 25 to 30 knots. During the day, this low pressure is moving northeast very, very fast. So for Chamonix Pujala, the wind is going to shift from northwest to southwest during the day, and this is going to blow this high pressure away, and the boat is going to pass probably around here. For the two boats just fighting behind him, that means Gaius and Neutrogena, they are having north winds between 10 to 15 knots today. The wind is going to be light and moderate for today, between 10 to 15 knots. But here we have a low pressure arriving from the west, and this low pressure is going to bring them in the next 36 hours northwesterly winds between 25 to 30 knots. They should arrive at Cape Horn around the 28th of February with 25 to 30 knots westerly winds. For for We Are Water and One Planet, One Ocean Farmaton. They are just in the middle of this big ridge. This ridge is due because of a changing of weather system. So we have a low pressure here. We have a high pressure on the other side of this ridge. So right now, We Are Water is having southwesterly winds between 5 to 10 knots. And One Planet, One Ocean Farmaton has northeasterly winds, so he's sailing upwind in very, very light winds. It's going to be 24 hours, very tough and difficult for One Planet, One Ocean. Concerning Renault is just behind this ridge, and he's dealing right now with upwind, so that means the wind is coming from the east. But in the next hours, he's probably going to tack and to have the wind coming from starboard, and that means that he's going to have easterly winds, and in a few hours the wind is going to shift southwesterlies. And that's it, because Spirit of Hungary is stopped.
Hi Helen, Dirk and me just want to say you hello. We are very proud to sail with Kingfisher. We are now at the south of New Zealand, and we are very happy with the performance of the boat. We have done more than 400 miles in 24 hours, so we are very, very happy. This is a very, very good boat, and we just keep going to Cape Horn and after go to Barcelona. Thank you very much.